Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Synapse Academy. We are here with our discussion on another session with Aswini, Rank-1 OCS 2019. In this session, we are going to discuss about the overall approach one should follow with respect to the optional paper, because the optional paper carries 1200 marks and it is the rank breaker or rank maker. And I would like to thank you for your overwhelming response to the first session, and that was absolutely wonderful. And we would like to continue more sessions on strategies of civil service preparation. So let us begin with the session, which is uh, based on how one should follow or approach the subject of optionals, the crucial 1200 marks. So I welcome you, Ashwini, once again to Synapse Academy. How are you?
Hello everyone. Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a really packed few days of late, but yes, I'm enjoying and a great feel to come once again amongst my fellow friends and get an opportunity to share a few more words. So I'm grateful. Thank you for having me.
Okay, before we begin our session on our discussion on optionals, I would like to know that again, people have asked us that so many institutes are popping up with your photos and claiming that you are their core batch student, they are some test series batch student, etc. So, what's your take on these claims? Because people are because the newcomers are specially getting distracted by these claims because they think that the topper belongs to XYZ, so we will join there. So, what is your take on that?
Well, there is something that everyone knows. I mean, it keeps on happening like every year. So I'm not saying that what's going on that should stop, even if I'm a little bit disappointed. But what is my concern is that people or aspirants should not really get deviated, thinking that so and so place has created this or that person. So I just want to, I'm repeatedly reiterating this point that everyone should focus on their own, emphasizing or, kind of growing their own strength, because this civil service preparation is a process of evolving oneself. So I am disappointed that, someone should not really join a place thinking that, I was there. I want to categorically I want to mention that I had not joined any classroom program, or wherever I joined for mock test. I have mentioned that, in the platform, in the Telegram platform, and I ask students to really think before joining any place, and and really give a thought. They should not really go by any claim, or so that they should not suffer later. I personally believe that even if you join somewhere or not, that there is nothing that absolutely can replace your self study. So self study is very, very important when you prepare for civil services. And there is literally everything available everywhere. If we go back to anything that is available by any institution, or it is somehow, it must have been copied from somewhere from the internet. So I think everyone should use their kind of searching ability, and search whatever they need from the internet. It is, everything is available.
So, they should not get debated by seeing the photos of the toppers on the pamphlet or on the whatever. So, what they are circulating in social medias.
I think
The
students are very clever. They know everything. There are very few who come from maybe just after their graduation and they cannot understand. But all these things are very much understood by the students. When I was an aspirant, I still am an aspirant for the now. I will start preparing for union service. But aspirants know all these things. We need guidance. That is one of the most important part, and all those things are available in the internet, just as we are discussing. So this discussion on optional is certainly going to help many. I mean, someone who is really seeking for a guidance on optional can really find this video very enriching. I feel might find this video enriching. So likewise, there are so many things available in the internet that one can search, find, use, and right, like enrich oneself and get to the source of getting a rank.
Okay, let's go back to the core questions, that how one should approach the optionals. So the very basic question, that what is the importance of optional in civil service examination, especially OPS examination, and how one should choose optional.
Okay. So just as you mentioned, ଟିକେ ଆଗରୁ କହିଲେ ଯେ ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ 1200 ମାର୍କ କ୍ୟାରି କରୁଛି, 1200 ମାର୍କସ୍ ହଉଛି, it is a huge part of ଆମର କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ୍ ଯାହା ସିଭିଲ ସର୍ଭିସ ଏକ୍ସାମିନେସନ ରେ ଫାଇନାଲ ମାର୍କ ଯୋଉ ଆସୁଛି ତାର ଗୋଟେ ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ ପାର୍ଟ। ଆଉ ଅପସନାଲ ରେ ଜଣେ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ସ୍କୋର କରିପାରିବ, ଯଦି ଜଣେ ଭଲସେ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର କରେ ତାହେଲେ ଚାରିଟା ଅପସନାଲ ପେପରରେ ଜଣେ ରିଏଲି କ୍ୟାନ୍ ଗେଟ୍ ଭେରି କ୍ଲୋଜ ଟୁ ୱାନ୍ସ ରାଙ୍କ, ଏ ଗୁଡ୍ ରାଙ୍କ। ତ ଅପସନାଲ ଯଦି ଜଣଙ୍କର ମାର୍କ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ଆସେ ତାହେଲେ ଏମିତି ବି କୁହାଯାଏ ଯେ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭ୍ୟୁରେ ଯଦି କିଛି ମାନେ ଆମର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହଉଛି, which is actually uncertain, interview is a no man's zone, ତ ଯଦି କିଛି ବି ଅସୁବିଧା ହଉଛି ତାହେଲେ it can be taken care of. So it is very important to score well in optionals. And ଯୋଉଟା ପଚାରିଲେ how to choose one's optional, ମୁଁ ତିନିଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟ କହିବି। ତିନିଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟରେ ଜଣେ ଅପସନାଲ କୁ ଚୁଜ କରିବା ଦରକାର। ପ୍ରଥମ ଜିନିଷ ହଉଛି ଯେ ଇଟ୍ ସୁଡ୍ ଷ୍ଟିମୁଲେଟ୍ ୱାନ୍ସ କ୍ୟୁରିଓସିଟି, ଜଣଙ୍କର
Yes,
ଜାଣିବାର ଇଚ୍ଛାକୁ ଏଇଟା ଟଚ୍ କରିପାରୁଥିବା ଦରକାର। କାହିଁକି ନା ଯଦି ଜଣଙ୍କର ଇଚ୍ଛା ଶକ୍ତି ନ ହବ, ସେଟା ଇଚ୍ଛା ନ ଆସିବ ସେଟା ପଢିବା ପାଇଁ, ସେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟଟା ଜଣେ ପଢି ପାରିବନି। ପ୍ରଥମେ ତ ଗୋଟେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଯୋଉଟା କି ସୁଡ୍ ଷ୍ଟିମୁଲେଟ୍ ୟୋର କ୍ୟୁରିଓସିଟି। ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ହଉଛି ସେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ମାର୍କ ଫେଚିଂ ହେଇଥିବା ଦରକାର। ଆମେ
yes,
ଯଦି
absolutely.
ଓପିଏସସି ର ରେଜଲ୍ଟର ଟ୍ରେଣ୍ଡକୁ ଦେଖିବା
Yes,
କିଛି ବର୍ଷ ଭିତରେ, ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ ଜାଣିପାରିବା ଯେ କେତେଟା ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଅଛି which are performing above average, ମାନେ ବିଲୋ ଆଭରେଜ ପରଫର୍ମାନ୍ସ ହଉନି ସେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଗୁଡାରେ। ଆହୁରି କେତେଟା ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଅଛି ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଆର୍ ପରଫର୍ମିଂ ବିଲୋ ଆଭରେଜ, ଅର୍ ସେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟର ପରଫର୍ମାନ୍ସରେ ସର୍ଟନିଟି କିଛି ନାହିଁ। ଯଦି ପେପର ୱାନରେ ବହୁତ ଅଧିକ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ତ ପେପର ଟୁରେ ବହୁତ କମ ଆସିଗଲାଣି। ତ ଏଇଟା ଟିକେ ଦେଖିବା ନିହାତି ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ। କାହିଁକି ନା ଯଦି ଆମେ ଇମୋସନାଲି ଆଟାଚ୍ ହେଇଯିବା ଆମର ଗ୍ରାଜୁଏସନ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ସହିତ ଆଣ୍ଡ ୱି ଏଣ୍ଡ ଅପ୍ ଟେକିଂ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ, ଇଟ୍ ମାଇଟ୍ ବ୍ୟାକଫାୟାର। ତେଣୁ
yes,
it is important to take a subject which is scoring. And the third thing is just see if the materials are available for that optional. ଯଦି ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଅପସନାଲ ରହୁଛେ, ଗୋଟେ ବର୍ଷରେ ଆମର ପ୍ରିପାରେସନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଅଛି, ଆଉ ସେ ମ୍ୟାଟେରିଆଲ ସେ ଅପସନାଲ ପାଇଁ ମ୍ୟାଟେରିଆଲ୍ସ ଆଭେଲେବଲ ନାହିଁ, ତାହେଲେ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ। ସୋ ଇନ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ କେସ୍ ଏଇ ତିନିଟା ଜିନିଷ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ। ଜାଣିବାର ଇଚ୍ଛା ଥିବା ଦରକାର ସେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟକୁ, ଟିକେ ଗୋଟେ ଆଫିନିଟି ଥିବା ଦରକାର ସେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ସହିତ। ସେକେଣ୍ଡଲି ସେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଟିକେ ସ୍କୋରିଂ ହେଇଥିବା ଦରକାର, ଆଉ ସେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟର ମ୍ୟାଟେରିଆଲ୍ସ ଆଭେଲେବଲ ଥିବା ଦରକାର। ଏଇ ତିନିଟା ଯଦି ସାଟିସ୍ଫାଏଡ ହଉଛି, you should go for that optional. And once you choose the optional, you lock it. I think I made a mistake of leaving sociology. I think now I have proved that maybe leaving that was not a bad idea because I have topped the exam. But କିଛି ସମୟ ତ ମୋର ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ସେଥିରେ ଗଲା। ତ ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଚୁଜ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ମାନେ once ଚୁଜ୍ କଲା ପରେ freeze it so that you don't have to change. ଆଉ ଯଦି ଏଇ ତିନିଟା ଏରିଆ taken care of ହେଇଥିବ, ମତେ ଲାଗୁନି ଯେ there is no need for someone to change.
okay. So we wish that everyone should clear it in first chance, but if at all you are going for second or third chance, then you are giving a sizable amount of time to that optional subject. So ଗୋଟେ ବର୍ଷ ଦୁଇ ବର୍ଷ
Yes,
ତିନି
yes,
ବର୍ଷ, if you don't have any liking for that subject, you are not you will get bored throughout the journey. So that should be that what you told, that it should stimulate curiosity, and you should have certain liking for that particular subject.
yes,
So
yes.
let us come to the next question, that what is the expectation of OPSC from an aspirant um, about the optional subject per se, and what is the level of knowledge expected in an optional? What is the expectation of OPSC in optional subjects from aspirants?
Okay. First, I will answer your second question. The level of knowledge that is required for OPSC optional subjects. I think whatever is given in the syllabus, if we can cover that particular part to postgraduate level, that is absolutely suffice. For example, if we take the nutrition that we are studying in home science, if one can study not only till graduate level but in the postgraduate level, whatever it is given for nutrition, that is suffice. So postgraduate level knowledge, and OPSC is not going much beyond what is mentioned in the syllabus बाहर OPSC बेसी जाउनी तो सेटा हम माइंड रहा दरकार जे हमको syllabus टा ही बहुत भलसे सारियार अछि एंड आउ गोटे जिंस होची प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन होची हमर गोल्डन स्टैंडर्ड टू फॉलो like what to cover, how to cover, and all those things. So OPSC ର expectation is not very high, but OPSC expects that ଯେତିକି syllabus ରେ ଅଛି ତା ଉପରେ ଆମର ଗୋଟେ adequate ଆଉ overall knowledge ଥାଉ.
Okay. So that is expect level of knowledge and expectation you answer. Then
Yes.
The most important question that you got rank 1. What is your personal journey with your two optionals, psychology and home science? Your optional was psychology and home science. We will discuss in a separate session about these two optionals, how to approach them. But I would like to give a generalized idea about how one should prepare optionals during each 1 or 2 year preparation, whatever it may be. So, how was your approach, your personal approach?
Thank you very much for this question. I would like to detail about it. प्रथम कथा होची मु मोर ऑप्शनल प्रथमे चूज करथिली साइकोलॉजी और सोशियोलॉजी. तो सोशियोलॉजी सहित मोर जर्नी गोटे कंप्लीट पेपर रथिला. मु पेपर 1 कंप्लीट करथिली सोशियोलॉजी रो फ्रॉम मल्टीपल सोर्सेस. ता परे आई लेफ्ट सोशियोलॉजी एंड चूज होम साइंस. ता परे मोर होम साइंस और साइकोलॉजी सहित जर्नी जोटा को मु गोटे जनरलाइज्ड way रे शेयर करिवि. It is not about sociology or home science. I want to share my strategy of optionals. मु सेटा केमती कवर करतली. To be very honest, जेतेबेले pandemic time चलतिला आ optional cover करा होतला. So like friend circle भितरे हमें optional टाको साथी cover करिया ପାଇଁ चेष्टा करथिलु. किंतु ता भितरे भी I started feeling कि I have not studied anything. मु किछि पढिनी. सेबेले गोटे feeling मते हंट करिया लागिला. तापरे मु निजे गोटे strategy निजे बनेइथिली. And that strategy I think will be very helpful for others. It is my hope that it will be helpful. तो से strategy एमती थिला जे मु previous year question रो दिटा माने सेट बनेली माने कंपाइल करिक ताको मो प्रीवियस इयर क्वेश्चन को माने जेरॉक्स काट देली तारो फोटोकॉपी करिकी ता देरे मु कोन करथली ना यस एंड सिलेबस रो भी दीदी सेट मु जेरॉक्स करथली होम साइंस रो साइकोलॉजी रो यू ऑल कैन डू लाइक योर सब्जेक्ट्स तो मु सेतरे कोन करथली ना जो क्वेश्चंस थिला प्रीवियस ईयर रो सेतरे मु चैप्टर गुडा को नंबरिंग करिया स्टार्ट कर देथिली जेमति कि 60 मार्कर फर्स्ट आछि सेकंड चैप्टर रो सेकंड आछि फोर्थ चैप्टर रो तो सबु जाक चैप्टर रो नंबरिंग मु कोन करिथिली ना से जो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन रो जो फोटोकॉपी मु काढिथिली ओपीएस रो पीडीएफ रो तो सेइथरे मु नंबरिंग कर देली जे एई क्वेश्चन टा एई चैप्टर रो आसीची तो 2015 16 17 और 18 रो क्वेश्चन 4 इयर्स रो जा थिला सेतरे मु नंबरिंग कर देथिली. Then I started covering the chapters. For example, I started covering chapter 1 of let's say home science. जेतेबेले मु chapter 1 कवर करिवा स्टार्ट कली सेतेबेले 2015 रो क्वेश्चन कली 16 रो क्वेश्चन कली 17 रो कली और 18 रो भी कली. So when I started covering all those things, I noticed two things. First of all, the questions are getting repeated.
Yes.
और second observation मोर जहा थिला सेटा होची जे the questions are directed from the syllabus. So এই দুইটা observation নেকি মাগু গলি মত লাগিলা যে questions are getting repeated. That means যেତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ first chapter cover କରୁची every alternate question or third question रे किछि ना किछि similarity अछि. ଆଉ जो part सेई previous year question करिवा भितरे मोर cover हे गला सेटा को मु कोन करथली ना जोटा मोर syllabus टाको जो मु xerox करथिली photocopy करथिली सेतरे मु underline करी करी चलतली. That means previous year question सरला ଆଉ जो portion सेटा syllabus रो cover हे गला सेटा को मु कोन करथली underline करथली आ underline करिया भितरे तळे small रे लिखि दोथली जे 2018 रो एई पेपर रो एई क्वेश्चन रेटा पडिछि माने फर्स्ट चैप्टर गोटे चैप्टर एग्जांपल दोछ तापरे मु दिटा जिंस ऑब्जर्व कली. फर्स्ट जिंस होची प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन करिवा भितरे गोटे गोटे चैप्टर रो सिलेबस कंप्लीटली कवर हे गला ऑप्शन 1 और सिलेबस माने प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन करिवा भितरे केतेटा चैप्टर रो किछि सिलेबस रही गला माने जो एरिया रो ए पर्यंत क्वेश्चन आसी नाही तो सेही पोर्शन गुडा को मु कोन करथली ना सेपरेटली आराम से कवर करथली एंड टू मु निजर ऑनेस्ट कन्फेशन आई शुड बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट ओपन with all of my friends who are viewing this मु सेटा को कोन करथली ना लाइटली प्रिपेयर करथली I was not very very seriously जोटा कि extreme serious preparation से मोर नथिला किंतु मुई जो previous year question गुडा को बहुत seriously prepare करतली तो ता द्वारा कौन हैला ना previous year question रो line रे मोर कौन हेतला ना syllabus optional रो cover हे जायतला and that gave me another thing also जोटा कि mention करे चाहूची that is confidence that gave me confidence that I have covered the previous year questions जोटा क्वेश्चन ऑलरेडी आसीची आ कोठो आसीची केमती आसीची आ तार आंसर कोन हबो गोटे गोटे कांसेप्ट को दीटा ईयर रे को ईयर रे 20 मार्क को ईयर रे 60 मार्क भी पड़िची होम साइंस रे गोटे गोटे क्वेश्चन को ईयर रे 30 मार्क्स पड़ जाईची तो क्वेश्चन जेमिति पड़ी थाउ मु जानि गली जे एई क्वेश्चन टाकू एई वे रे कवर करि हबो तो एमती जेतेबेले मु साइकोलॉजी और होम साइंस दीटा जाक सिलेबस करली जोटा कि अन्य माने सेमानक रेस्पेक्टिव सिलेबस करि परिबे तो मु आउ थरे क्विक रिपीट गोटे करूची माने मोर जो क्वेश्चन पेपर जेरक्स थिला सेतरे मु सब चैप्टर को 1 2 3 4 नंबर दे देली को माने क्वेश्चन टा को चैप्टर रु आछि तापर चैप्टर वाइज 2018 रो 3 नंबर चैप्टर जहा पढिछि कली 2017 रो 3 नंबर चैप्टर जहा आछि सेटा कली तापर सेटा को मु सिलेबस रे जो जो पार्ट सरला ताको अंडरलाइन करि चलली मते एथि पई हेल्पफुल हला मते लागले मो पर समय कम अछि आ मते सब कवर करियार अछि एंड एट द सेम टाइम आई हैव टू आल्सो टच द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस सो आई इंटीग्रेटेड एवरीथिंग इनटू वन आई थॉट दैट कि ए सब जिंस मु एकाथरे कवर करिवि आ जदी बाकी किछि रहि जिवो सेटा को मु परे देखिबि सो दिस वाज माय strategy I think everyone can do and मु आ गोटे जिंस भी करथिली जोटा को मेंशन करे चाहूची गोटे एक्सेल शीट रे मु कोन करथिली ना माने कॉलम रे मु लिखि देथिली नंबर 1 ABCD 2 3 4 नंबर 5 ABCD तापरे 6 7 8 माने हम जेमति पढुची ऑप्शनल टा जेमति क्वेश्चन पढुची मु सेमति कर देथिली एंड कॉलम रे माने मु लिखिथिली 2015 16 17 18 ता माने से सीट टा आस्तिला मोर टेबल गोटे से टेबल रे मु जोडा कवर भी करथि से टिक मार दोथली so I was making sure that I am completing things in a proper way and जो पोर्शन गुरा को मु रिवीजन भी करूथली सेटा को मु आउ गोटे सिलेबस रो जो फोटोकॉपी थिला ताथे रिवीजन करथली सो टू टाइम्स आई एन्श्योर्ड रिवीजन आउ प्रथम समय तो हेतिला ये ताउ मेन रो जेताले बाहरी गला डेट्स ता परे मु मोर सेकंड रिवीजन टा कंप्लीट करथली इन द सेम वे I didn't change my way. I did that in the same way. So previous year question is the gold standard one can really rely on and follow. Yes, thank you.
So it was a meticulous strategy based on syllabus and previous year question and their thorough analysis because what is what
Yes.
has been asked in the paper that is the examiner's favorite area. And
Yes.
question will
Yes,
be
very
repeatedly
much.
question will be repeatedly coming from those persons in future exams also. Okay,
Yes.
so that was your strategy. And one thing I want to ask you, the one thing I have heard from you multiple times, that you had some audio notes. So kindly
Yes, yes, yes.
so
I mean,
tell something about your audio note strategy.
yes, audio notes. I think this is something that I did like because I was really getting bored, reading, always getting into books and पढ़िला बेले बहुत बोर हो जाउतली बेले बेले तो सेथि पय मु कोन करतली एंड टिके फ्यूचर को मु भाबितली जे जदि मते फ्यूचर रे टाइम कम मिले कोनोस जिंस रिवीजन करिया कुए ऑन द गो ताल मु कोन करिवि तो मु एम्ति करतली से जो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस गुडा कथिला किबा जहां भी मु माने निजे भी जदि किछि लेखुतली तो मु से जो पोर्शन टा आ दि तीनटा बही फ्रंट रे पके कि जहा को अंडरलाइन करूतली सेटा को मु कोन करतली गोटे रेकॉर्डिंग मु स्टार्ट करतली आ गोटे 60 मार्कर को मु तार पॉइंट्स गुडा कंप्लीटली रेकॉर्ड कर दोतली माने इन माय ओन वॉइस आउ सेटा को मु चैप्टर वाइज करतली पूरा चैप्टर वाइज सिलेबस टॉपिक वाइज आउ जहा क्वेश्चन पड़िछि मु से क्वेश्चन को कहि कि ता परे तार पॉइंट्स कोन हबस ताको नोट करतली आ मोर गोटे स्ट्रेटजी थिला जे गोटे 20 मिनिट्स रो माने टॉपिक को मु 5 मिनिट रे रेकॉर्ड करतली आ गोटे 60 मार्क्स रो जहा थिला माने लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन तार की पॉइंट्स एवरीथिंग आई यूज्ड टू रेकॉर्ड इन 15 मिनिट्स ता माने 15 मिनिट रे मोर पाखा पाखी गोटे 60 मार्क्स सी जाउतला मोर मने अछि जेते बेले मु भुवनेश्वर आसी गली हमरो जो ये बाहरी गला परे हमरो एग्जाम रो शेड्यूल बाहरी गला परे मु सेते बेले कोन करथली ना जेते मु डिनर करिया पे जाउतली आई यूज्ड टू गो डाउन स्टेयर्स एठी जोठी मु रहउची सेठी मु तळकु जाय खाइबा पे पाखरे गोटे छोट होटल अछि सेठी के मु खाया को गला बेले आई यूज्ड टू प्लग इन ए 60 मार्कर तो जदि खाइबा ऑर्डर देला बेले 20 मिनिट लेट हे गला तो मोर गोटे 60 मार्कर निश्चय खत्म होतला आ 20 मार्कस गोटे दिरा सर जाउतला माने ଶୁଣିବାଟା ନିଜ ଭଏସ ଇଜ ଭେରି ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ। ଆଣ୍ଡ ମୋର
Yes.
ମନେ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ନିଜକୁ କହୁଥିଲି ଦେଖ ଏଇଟା ଭୁଲିବୁନି କିଛି ବି ହଉ, ଦିସ୍ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଇଜ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଓକେ, ए क्वेश्चन रे किछि भी तो भूली जाय पारू बट डोंट फॉरगेट दिस पॉइंट। तो एटा ना गोटे इट वाज फन एक्चुअली, मु जानि नथली आई विल टॉप द एग्जाम टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, किंतु मु जोटा करिथिली टू रियली हेल्प माय सेल्फ एक्चुअली। वी हैव टू बी आवर ओन एड यू नो इन द जर्नी ऑफ प्रिपरेशन, वी हैव टू यूज एवरीथिंग दैट वी हैव। तो ए आइडियाटा भी मोर गोटे बहुत वियर्ड सिचुएशन रे आस्तिला, आ एटा सेतेबेले आस्तिला जेतेबेले कि मोर आखिर पावर टिके कमुतला, मते आखि टिके स्ट्रेन होतला, आ मु भाबुतली जे रात्रि तो पढ़ी परिबेनी, गोटे काम करिवे रात्रि सोइला बेलकू माने मु अर्ली मॉर्निंग जेतेबेले सोउतली आई वाज ए लाइक नाइट आउल, तो मु सोइला बेलकू टिके सुनिदेवी। तो एटा गोटे मते बहुत हेल्प करची, एंड सेटा मु जेहेतु बनेइथिली माने मोर ये सेटा मते बहुत हेल्प करतला सीरियसली, दैट रियली हेल्प मी। एंड anyone can really find out n number of ideas to help themselves in their own preparation. Yes,
Yes. So you have to devise your own strategy.
absolutely.
Yes, because it is always a personalized approach, because whatever your weak points, that might be a strong point for any other aspirant. जहाँ तुम पाई weak point
Yes,
आउ का पाई strong point है पारे। तो निजर weak point
yes,
निजर available you also told तुम जो कहिल जे जेतले मु भाबुतली मते किछि जणा नाही, मते किछि आसुनी, मु केमति अप्रोच करिवे। तो एई पॉइंट रे ही निजे निजे डिवाइस करिया कथा ओन स्ट्रेटजी जे मोर जेतिकी अवेलेबल टाइम अछि केमता इफेक्टिवली आउ efficiently utilize करिवे। Okay, that's a
and I
yes.
think just to add one more point, ଆମର ଜର୍ଣ୍ଣି ରେ ନା ଅନ୍ୟ ମାନଙ୍କର ସପୋର୍ଟ ବି ବହୁତ ହେଲ୍ପ करे।
Hmm.
ଇଟ୍ ୱୁଡ୍ बी रॉन्ग, ଏଟା ଭୁଲ ହେଇଯିବ ଯଦି ମୁଁ ମେନସନ ନ କରିବି ଯେ I have some good friends ଯୋଉମାନେ କି ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି, and they also constantly supported me। ମୋର ଗୋଟେ फ्रेंड जे कि ଆର ବର୍ଷ ମାନେ रैंक ରେ ଥିଲେ 2018 ରେ रैंक रे ଥିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି, ତାଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିବାକୁ ପାଇଲି आफ्टर लाइक ତାଙ୍କର रिजल्ट ଆସିଲା ପରେ ମାନେ ସାଇकोलॉजी ଆଉ होम साइंस रो ଟିକେ गाइडेंस ପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ अप्रोच करथिले, ମୁଁ ଜାଣିବାକୁ पाइली, एंड से मते बहुत हेल्प करचंती। सो वी हैव टू फाइंड समवन हु कैन बी असिस्टिव and at the same time try to help in our journey, but at the end of the day हमको जो the way we will learn, it is our own। हमको केही हमको जने पाथ बते दे परिबे, किंतु चालिया को पड़िबो हम निजको, that is
Yes,
most
yes,
important। Yes,
definitely. Then come to the next very important question. ନିଜର
yes,
ଦିଟା क्वेश्चन ପଚାରିବି। ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ क्वेश्चन,
please,
ନିଜର
please।
ऑप्शनल पेपर रे तमर राइटिंग स्ट्रेटजी केमि थिला, and how you answered second question, and how you answered 60 markers 20 markers in your optional paper. Two questions you have to answer accordingly.
ऑल राइट। सो प्रथमे मु कहबी मोर ऑप्शनल पई माने माइंडसेट कोन थिला। बर्तमान ऑनेस्टली कहूची एटा एक्चुअली गोटे एस्पिरेंट माने जेतेबेले ऑप्शनल एग्जाम दବାକୁ जाय, मु जेतेबेले ऑप्शनल एग्जाम दବାକୁ जाउथली माने गाडीटा सेंटर रे रखी कि जेतेबेले मु भितर को बसथिले ऑप्शनल लिखिया पई, मो माइंड रे बस एतिकी आस्थिला जे आज ऑप्शनल टा सारी के आसीबार अछि।
Okay.
60 मार्कर मु एमती चूज करि पारे, गोटे स्ट्रेस मोमेंट रे भी जोटा माइंड रे आसे तादर भी बहुत किछ सिखिबार अछि। मो माइंड रे एटा आस्तला जे मु एमती गोटे 60 मार्क चूज करे जार सब एरिया को मु एड्रेस करि परिबी,
Yes.
आ मोटे एमती 20 मार्कर्स चूज करे जोटा को मु सब्सटेंशिएट करि परिबी। आई थिंक मु ए सही जिंस ही समस्त को कहू चाहिबी जे एग्जाम हॉल रे हमें केमती आंसर करबा। टू थ्री थिंग्स, प्रथम होची जे चूज द क्वेश्चन व्हिच यू कैन आंसर, व्हिच यू कैन आंसर इन 360 डिग्रीज। गोटे 60 मार्कर होची 60 मार्कर, तार गोटे पोर्शन जदी अनआंसर्ड रही जाउची ताहले दैट माइट हम्पर ए कपल ऑफ मार्क्स, 10 मार्क कमी जाय पारे। तेणु यू चूज क्वेश्चंस दैट यू कैन थॉरोली आंसर। और दीटा क्वेश्चन जदी आसुची जोतरे कि एमती दीटा क्वेश्चन अछि जोतरे कि जणा नहीं, ताले चूज वन क्वेश्चन व्हिच कैन रिलेटिवली आंसर बेटर, एंड दैट चॉइस हैज टू बी मेड। प्रथम कथा। द्वितीय कथा होची जे खाताटा तो जो हमको दिया है जो 60 पेजेस, आमे 60 पेजेस तो कंप्लीट करि परिबानी, किंतु आंसर कंप्लीट करके आसीबार अछि, गोटे आंसर छाड़ीबार नहीं।
Yes.
वी हैव टू कंप्लीट 30 मिनिट्स रो 32 मिनिट्स भितरे गोटे 60 मार्कर कंप्लीट होबार अछि।
Okay.
एंड देन 20 मार्कर्स पई सेमती रिलेटिवली माने हमरो प्रोपोर्शनली जति टाइम अलर्ट हे परिबो सेति टाइम भितरे कंप्लीट करियार अछि। गोटे गोटे क्वेश्चन हमको बहुत अधिक आसे, एटा हुए, एटा मो सहित मोर फर्स्ट ऑप्शनल एग्जाम रे हेची जे गोटे क्वेश्चन को मु अधिक समय देकी करिछि, काहे से क्वेश्चन मु जानिथिली अधिक, किंतु सेमती होबा कथा नहीं। जदि आपनको गोटे क्वेश्चन आंसर अधिक भी आसुची, डू नॉट गेट इमोशनल, कंप्लीट इन टाइम। And
Okay.
even if you do not know the answer of one question, if you are, even if you are feeling like कि ଗୋଟେ 60 marker को 15 minute ରେ ସରି ଯାଉଛି ଆଉ ହଉନି, try to stretch that, try to elongate that answer and try to make it a 60 marker answer. It is important that you do not leave it in the middle. You answer it adequately, adequate enough so that you can get some more marks. ସେଟା ହଉଛି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ। ତାପରେ ଅପସନାଲ ର ରାଇଟିଂ ରେ ମୁଁ ଏତିକି କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହିଁବି, ଅପସନାଲ ର ରାଇଟିଂ, ଅପସନାଲ ର 60 ମାର୍କର ଇଜ ନଥିଙ୍ଗ ବଟ୍ ଆନ୍ ଏସେ। ଗୋଟେ ଏସେ ରେ ଗୋଟେ ଆନ୍ସର ର କେବଳ ପଏଣ୍ଟସ ନଥାଏ, ସବଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସିଏଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ କେବଳ ପଏଣ୍ଟସ ନଥାଏ, ସେଥିରେ ଟିକେ ଫିଲୋସଫି ବି ଥାଏ, ସେଥିରେ ଟିକେ ପର୍ସନାଲିଟି ରିଫ୍ଲେକ୍ଟ ହବାର ଗୋଟେ ବ୍ଲେଣ୍ଡ ବି ଥାଏ। ତ
Okay.
ଗୋଟେ 60 ମାର୍କର also reflects your personality. When you are writing a 60 marker, ସେତେବେଳେ give a very good introduction of 3-4 lines and a conclusion of 3-4 lines, because ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ 6-7 ପେଜ ର ଗୋଟେ ଆନ୍ସର ଲେଖୁଛେ ସେତେବେଳେ ତାର ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଡକ୍ସନ ଆଉ କନକ୍ଲୁଜନ ରେ 4-5 ଲାଇନ ସ୍ପେଣ୍ଡ କରିବାଟା ୱାଇଜ। ଆଉ ଯଦି
Okay.
ଆମର ମାନେ ତାର କନକ୍ଲୁଜନ ଫ୍ୟୁଚରିଷ୍ଟିକ ହଉଛି, ଯଦି ତାର କନକ୍ଲୁଜନ ଟା ସବଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସିଏଟ କରୁଛି ମାନେ ସେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ କୁ in a very vibrant way, then it will be great. For example, ମାନେ therapeutic ମାନେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଅଛି ସାଇकोलॉजी ରେ different therapies, ତାର କନକ୍ଲୁଜନ ରେ ମୁଁ ଲେଖିଥିଲି ଯେ human life is a bundle of possibilities. So when a therapist is approaching a psychologically ill or mentally ill patient, then he is unlocking the possibility in one's life that has been hindered. So it is very important that the relationship between therapist and the person who is taking therapy should be established in a very positive way. So and that will lead to the success of a therapy, psychotherapy or cognitive therapy or behavior therapy. So I feel that such conclusions will give the examiner an idea that what a nice person you are. So even if like we have our own imperfections we are trying to develop, but your answer reflects the kind of person you are or you want to be. So yes, that is very important. And also practice those previous year questions. They will be very helpful କାହିଁକି ନା ସେଗୁଡ଼ା directly ଥୁଆ ହେଇଥିବ exam ରେ। ଆଉ ମୁଁ ମୋର exam ରେ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିଥିଲି ଲେଖିବା ପାଇଁ like with adequate words and ଯାହାବି yes, if there is anything more specific I can answer. Yes.
Okay. So you gave a beautiful strategy about how you wrote 60 markers, 20 markers, and when the person, what to do when a 20 marker is asked as a 60 mark. Anyway, you have to stretch it to make it a 60 marker because you have to get
Absolutely.
marks. Yes. Then
Absolutely.
the most important thing is that we considered psychology and home science to certain extent. We consider them as static parts. Did you use any current affair in your optionals to give more value or do value addition to your answer? The second part, that did you highlight important points in your optional writing in your while writing in the mains answer sheet? Two questions.
All, all right. So I'll talk about this part that whether I did highlight or not, and about the
Current affairs.
like how to current affairs in the
Okay.
answer. So I would suggest that everyone should know the current affairs related to their optional. For example, if someone is aware about any historical event, if there is a question that has been asked about from history, let's say in history optional, then one can write that the 100th anniversary or the centennial of such of this personality has happened recently. Or in geography, if a place of significant current importance is asked, then one can mention that owing to the recent development which has happened at so and so place, can start as an introduction. This will really give a good feeling to the person who is evaluating. In psychology, we have to know what is the statistics of current like psychological things. For example, what is the state of mental state of India right now.
Okay.
One of the frightening statistics that I had written about mental health in psychology is that 20% of Indian people are suffering from some or other form of mental illness.
by
20%. I
by
mean,
2020. It
one
was a
in five.
WHO data. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
WHO data.
Mhm.
So that means one in five. So when we put some figures like this, then the answer become little more beautiful. The examiner thinks that this person has not only studied the optional from covering the syllabus point of view, but he has a constant kind of desire to expand his horizon in this field. That is more important. And talking about home science and extension education are like there are bundles of current affairs that we use. For example, the SHG self-help groups that have done tremendous work in Odisha. That is a part of our, when we talk about Panchayat Raj institutions, and in the extension education, the last second last chapter of extension education, that can be extensively used. In our nutrition chapter, we use the recent data of malnutrition, or how what is the statistics, different statistics and different government schemes that are being used by the government to promote nutrition, and the benefits that are given, maternal benefits, and to the children or the adolescent girls. All these schemes can be mentioned. So current affair is something, I think, when aspirants are studying GS, they should really be in two constant struggles. The first constant struggle is finding areas that can be used in their optionals, and second is finding areas that can be used in their essay. For example, if someone is you are sharing extensively in the previous essay session in the Synapse test series batch about how the syllabus of essay, a syllabus of general studies can serve as one of the guiding light for writing essays. So when someone is preparing for general studies, he can simultaneously prepare for essay. Rather, we can say that there is no difference between preparation for general studies and essay. Same goes for optional. Wherever there is a possible, जोठी भी टिके possible area अच्छी, जोठु भी हमें टिके नहीं परिवा, आउ current किसी जिनसे cite करी परिवा, we should not hesitate to cite. Little boldness is answer right. Little boldness is in answer writing is actually good. And one more thing that you told about whether I did underline or not, I did underline those areas, key areas, और जोटा कि defining words of that answer, जो से answer को जो words define करे ମୁଁ ସେଟାକୁ mention କରିଥିଲି. And ମୋର word limit ବି ମୁଁ ଏଠି କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହିଁବି. 60 ମାର୍କର ପାଇଁ ଆମକୁ 600 ପାଖାପାଖି ୱାର୍ଡ ଲିମିଟ ଆମକୁ ରଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ. ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ରାଇଟିଂ, ସାଇଜ ଅଫ ଲେଟର, ଆଉ କେତେ ପେଜରେ ସେମାନେ ଲେଖନ୍ତି ସେଟା ଅଲଗା, କିନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ 600 ୱାର୍ଡର ରହିବା ଦରକାର ଆମର 60 ମାର୍କର, ଲାଇକ୍ 10 ମାର୍କ ବାଇ 100 ୱାର୍ଡସ୍, ଏଇଭଳିଆ ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟାଟିଷ୍ଟିକ୍ସରେ ଆମକୁ ଯିବାର ଅଛି. ଆଉ 20 ମାର୍କର୍ସ ପାଇଁ 200 ୱାର୍ଡସ୍ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଲେଖିବା ଦରକାର. ତ ଏଇଭଳିଆ ୱାର୍ଡ ଲିମିଟ ସହିତ ଯଦି ଆମେ ରିଏଲି କି ୱାର୍ଡସ୍ को मेंशन करि परिबा, आ से क्वेश्चन रो डिमांड को कंप्लीटली एड्रेस करबा. से एग्जामिनर जेंति भाबिबो ए क्वेश्चन रो कोन से पार्ट नाही जोटा कि अनएड्रेस्ड अछि, गोटे सब पॉइंट मने पडुनी, सेटा अलगा कथा. किंतु से क्वेश्चन हमर अटेम्प्ट जदि अछि से क्वेश्चन को अम्ब्रेला वे रे एड्रेस करिया पई, दैट बिकम्स विजिबल इन द आंसर पेपर. यस,
So you have to make it palatable for the examiner. That's your
absolutely,
ultimate aim to get
absolutely.
marks.
And
So
legibility
yes.
of legibility of one's handwriting is also a concern. I think I should make an open confession here. I have always felt my writing, I mean the way I write, it is not legible. So I feel that it is not, my handwriting is not very good. So for those whose handwriting they feel isn't good, I would tell that in optionals, do not worry, because handwriting ହଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ଏମିତି ଜିନିଷ ଯୋଉଟା ଡେଭଲପ ହବା ପାଇଁ ମାନେ ବହୁତ ଦିନ ଲାଗିଯାଏ. ମାନେ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ପୁରା ଛୋଟବେଳୁ ଆମେ ଲେଖି ଆସୁଛେ, ତ ଇଟ୍ କ୍ୟାନଟ୍ ବି ଚେଞ୍ଜଡ ଇନ୍ ଏ ଡେ ଅର୍ ଟୁ ଅର୍ ଇନ୍ ଏ ଇୟର. ତ ମୁଁ
Genetically
ଏଇଟା କହିବା
determined.
ପାଇଁ ଚାହେଁ. Yes, this is
Something.
genetically determined, and environmental factors. I mean, I cannot say environmental factors cannot influence it, but they influence it very slowly.
Very slowly. Yes.
Very slowly. So, because it cannot happen in 1 year. Environment cannot influence one's handwriting in a year. Exceptional cases are there. I won't deny. That will be a wrong statement, denying possibility. So I would say that ହେଇପାରିବ କିନ୍ତୁ ମୋ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ତ ହେଇପାରିଲାନି। ତେଣୁ ସେଇ କେସ୍ରେ ପିଲାମାନେ କ'ଣ କରିବା ଦରକାର, ଟିକେ ବଡ ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡରାଇଟ୍, ଟିକେ ଲେଟର ଟିକେ ବଡ ହେଲେ ଲେଜିବୁଲ ହବ, ଟିକେ ଛାଡି ଛାଡିକି ହେଲେ ଲେଜିବୁଲ ହବ। ଗୋଟେ ପାରାଗ୍ରାଫରୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ପାରାଗ୍ରାଫ ଭିତରେ ଗୋଟେ ଲାଇନ ଛାଡି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, so that at least the person who is viewing will find that even if your handwriting is not good, you have given adequate space for that person to see. So that is enough. And I think जो माने खाता देखुचंती सेमाने पूरा टोटली खाता देखि देखि फार्मासिस्ट ହେଇଯିବେଣି। They can read every handwriting, that probably doctors like you write.
So
So,
your words are reassuring to many aspirants that if your handwriting is not good, you can compensate those bad handwritings in some other ways, like
by writing bold headings,
yes,
yes,
like bold headings, or you can give space between two lines, between two
lines.
paragraphs. And UPSC or OPSC is, they are not at all strict about handwritings. They only want legible handwriting. Otherwise, you could not have been topper, because I have seen your handwriting, and you are honestly confessing that your handwriting is not
Yeah,
good.
it's not good. I mean,
Yes.
one may get headache after reading few pages.
Okay.
So those who feel that their handwriting, like that's not very good, don't worry. I mean, it's not. And I must say that whatever when I write very slowly, it is somehow okay. I mean, I cannot say how it was when I was writing there. So, so don't worry. Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's reassuring. Then the very important question during preparation journey, how much time one aspirant should devote to for optional preparation, because there are 1200 marks. General study preparation is there, compulsory paper preparation is there, your um, essay preparation is there. How much time one should give for optional preparation?
A very pertinent question. I can say that this is a very good question that you have asked, and I would like to answer from my own experience. Then I may generalize. First thing is, I divided my days into three halves. Like for example, I used to get up late in the morning, very late in the morning, because in the pandemic time I could not sleep at night.
Okay.
So I used to study. The first session would be from close to 11:30 or 12 till 4:30 or 5. That is one session. The second session would be post evening around 6 to 10:30 or 11. Then the third session would be around let's say 12 to uh, like 4 or 5 in the morning. So that used to be my study time, but that doesn't mean I was reading all the time in these study hours. No, I was not doing that. I was studying, like I am a person. If I get something to search, I will keep searching and get to know the root of that thing. So what I want to say, that I used two kind of segments, like from three study sessions. I used two for optionals and one for general studies, and I had no specific essay preparation that I did along with my general studies, that I will share in the essay session in detail. But two sessions I devoted for optionals. We all have to recognize this fact that general study ର ଦିଟା ପେପର ମିଶିକି ଯେତିକି ଗୋଟେ optional ସେତିକି।
Okay.
ଗୋଟେ optional 600 ମାର୍କ, general study ମିଶିକି ଦିଟା ପେପର 600 ମାର୍କ। ପିଲାମାନେ କ'ଣ କରନ୍ତି, ସେମାନଙ୍କର general studies ରେ ବହୁତ ସମୟ ପଳାଏ, and they do not give much time to optionals। ତ ମୁଁ ଏଇଟା କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହିଁବି, even if you are getting less time for general studies, ସେତିକିରେ ହିଁ try କରନ୍ତୁ finish କରିବା ପାଇଁ। ଆଉ
Yes.
optional ପାଇଁ time ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ। optional ର time very very important। optional time ଯଦି ନ ଦିଆହବ, ତାହେଲେ it will lead to less marks। and ଯଦି ଆପଣ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି ଭଲସେ general study, focus study କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ତାହେଲେ ମତେ ଲାଗୁଛି 3 ଘଣ୍ଟାର study general study ପାଇଁ ବହୁତ enough। and at least 6 hours, 3 ଘଣ୍ଟା 6 ଘଣ୍ଟା ଦିଆହବା ଦରକାର ଇଏକୁ। ତ ଆପଣ general study କି ଯେତିକି ସମୟ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି, ତାର 2 ଗୁଣା ସମୟ optional ପାଇଁ କାଢିକି ରଖନ୍ତୁ। और ଆପଣ optional ପାଇଁ ଯେତିକି ସମୟ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି, ତାର 1/3 ରଖନ୍ତୁ ୟା ପାଇଁ, ଆମର general studies ପାଇଁ। so there are 3 bites of 1800 marks except essay. One bite is then GS 1 and 2, optional 1 and 2, and second optional 1 and 2. So the three should get equal attention. I mean
Okay.
equal time at least.
Definitely.
And once your syllabus is over, then you can make some adjustments.
Then
Yes.
I would ask you last two questions. First question, uh, the people who are starting preparation for 2021, how much time they should take to complete the optional, and the people who are going to appear the next main exam 2020, what should be their strategy to complete the optionals?
Okay, I will answer your second question first. Those who are appearing the 2020 मेंस ସେମାନେ କେତେ ସମୟରେ ଅପସନାଲ ସାରିବା ଦରକାର ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ଯୋଉ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଜିନିଷଟା ମୁଁ କରିଥିଲି ଯେମିତି କି ପ୍ରିଭିୟସ୍ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ତାପରେ ସାଇଡ୍ ରେ ସିଲାବସ୍ ପ୍ରିଭିୟସ୍ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଗୋଟେ ଚାପ୍ଟର କଭର କରିକି ସିଲାବସ୍ ରେ ଗାର ମାରିବାର ତ ଏମିତି ଯଦି ଜଣେ କରୁଛି ତାହେଲେ ମତେ ଲାଗୁଛି ପୁରା ଗୋଟେ ଡେଡିକେଟେଡ୍ 2 months ଷ୍ଟଡି ଇଜ ସଫିସିଏଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ ଫିନିଶ ଦ ଅପସନାଲ୍ସ
So
ଯଦି
there is
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ସବୁ
adequate time.
ରିସୋର୍ସେସ୍
So there is adequate
there
time
is
also.
adequate time.
Okay.
There is adequate time, and I must confess that I when I completed my prelims, my I had not completed the optionals.
Okay.
ପଢିଥିଲି, but it was not completed. So I completed during after the prelim. ତେଣୁ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ ଯଦି କିଏ କହୁଛି ଯେ ମୁଁ ପୁରା କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ କରିଦେଇଛି ପ୍ରିଲିମ୍ ଆଗରୁ ଆଉ ଯୋଉମାନେ ମୁଁ ଜଣେ ଯଦି ଭାବୁଛି ଯେ ମୁଁ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ କରିନି ମୋର ହବନି ସେଇଟା ଭୁଲ କଥା ଆପଣ
Yes.
ଏବେଠାରୁ ବି ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିକି କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ କରିପାରିବେ ଗୋଟେ ଜୋସ୍ ଆଉ ଜୁନୁନରେ କିନ୍ତୁ ହବାର ଅଛି ଆଉ ଟିକେ ମାନେ ସର୍ଟକଟ ନବାର ଅଛି ଏମିତି ଯଦି ବସିକି ଗୋଟେ ଚାପ୍ଟର ମୁଁ ପଢୁଛି ଗୋଟେ କନସେପ୍ଟ ଆଜି ଦିନ ସାରା ପଢିବି ତାକୁ ପୁରା ସେଟାରେ ପିଏଚଡି କରିଦେବି ସେମିତି ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ we have to write above average answers with good art and craft ଯୋଉଥିରେ କି examiner ଜାଣିବ ଯେ ଆମକୁ ଜଣା ଅଛି with very good introduction and conclusion yes
Okay.
and
So
second
yes,
ଆପଣଙ୍କର
second
ଫର୍ଷ୍ଟ
question.
କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ର ଆନ୍ସର ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣ ପଚାରିଲେ ଯେ 2021 ରେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଆପିୟର କରିବେ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ତ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ କହିବି ଯେ ଟେକ୍ ସମ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ ଟୁ ଚୁଜ୍ ୟୋର ଅପସନାଲ finalize your optional in such a way that you do not have to change it even if you take one more time let's say 2021 ରେ ଯଦି ନ ହଉଛି 2022 ପାଇଁ ଯିବାକୁ ଯଦି ପଡୁଛି ତାହେଲେ choose your optional in such a way that you don't have to change it at least ସେଇଟା ଏମିତି ସେଇଟା ହବା ଦରକାର ପ୍ରଥମ ଜିନିଷ ସେଇଟା ଫ୍ରିଜ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ମାସ ଗୁଡ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ ନିଅନ୍ତୁ ଚୁଜ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ କୋଉଟା ଭଲ ଲାଗୁଛି କୋଉଥିରେ ମାର୍କ ଆସୁଛି କୋଉଥିରେ ମ୍ୟାଟେରିଆଲ୍ସ ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ୍ ଅଛି ଆଡିକ୍ୱେଟ୍ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଜିନିଷ ହଉଛି ଯେ ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ରିଲିମ୍ ପ୍ରିପାରେସନକୁ ପାଖାପାଖି 40% ଟାଇମ୍ ଦେଇକି ଜିଏସ୍ ଆଉ ଅପସନାଲକୁ ଆରାମସେ 60% ଟାଇମ୍ ଦେଇ କଭର କରିକି ଚାଲନ୍ତୁ ଆରାମସେ ପୁରା ଆରାମସେ କଭର କରନ୍ତୁ କିଛି ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ହବାର ନାହିଁ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ କନସିଷ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ଷ୍ଟଡି ଜଣେ କରିବ 6 ଘଣ୍ଟାର ଯୋଉମାନେ 2021 ରେ ଏକ୍ସାମ ଦେବେ they are absolutely good to go and they can clear the exam ଆରାମସେ କଭର କରନ୍ତୁ ଭଲସେ କଭର କରନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ରିଲିମ୍ ପାଇଁ ଭଲସେ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ହୁଅନ୍ତୁ ଏମିତି ନ ହଉ ଯେ ପ୍ରିଲିମ୍ ରହିଯିବ ମେନ୍ସ ପାଇଁ ଭଲସେ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ହେଇକି ପ୍ରିଲିମ୍ ଇଜ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରିଲିମ୍ ପାଇଁ ପଢନ୍ତୁ ମାନେ ଆଉ ଅପସନାଲଟାକୁ ଟିକେ ଟିକେ ଟାଇମ୍ ଦେଇ କଭର କରନ୍ତୁ you have one more year you can ଆରାମସେ କଭର ହେଇପାରିବ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ ଆଉ ଏବେ ଆସିବ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ନୋଟିଫିକେସନ will again come ତ ଯୋଉ ସମୟ ଅଛି ସେ ସମୟଟା ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କଲେ ଡେଫିନେଟଲି ହେଇପାରିବ ପ୍ରିଲିମ୍ ତାପରେ ମେନ୍ ରହିବ so there is lot of time remaining you can do it and see how other students have covered make your own strategy previous question କେମିତି କରିପାରିବା syllabus କେମିତି cover ହବ I think ତ 2021 ର ପିଲାମାନେ ନିଜେ notes ବନେଇବା ଦରକାର ନିଜର own notes ତ that will be also helpful so that's my words ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହିଁବି ଯେ it is important that you choose an optional that you do not change it is very important that it is important because aspirants have changed I have heard and I have known them and it has backfired in some other way we cannot like put on them the responsibility because OPSC ହଉଛି ଗୋଟେ dynamic exam and ଆମକୁ ବୁଝିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ଯେ ବହୁତ ସାରା ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଆ ପଛରେ ଅଛି ଗୋଟେ aspirant ନିଜର ବହୁତ absolute best ଦେଲା ପରେ ବି କୋଉଠି ନା କୋଉଠି କୌଣସି ନା କୌଣସି ଜାଗାରେ ରହିଯାଏ ଆଉ ମୁଁ ସେଇ ସବୁ ଭାଇ ଭଉଣୀ ମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ମୁଁ empathize କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି and I want to tell them that they should give their absolute best not to worry and continue with their whatever optionals they have chosen and they will definitely succeed it is my very best wishes to them
Thank you very much for these encouraging words. Thank you very much, friends. Here we are at the end of the session. ଆମେ ଅଶ୍ୱିନୀଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ବହୁତ ଜିନିଷ ଜାଣିଲେ ଯେ ଜଣେ କେମିତି ଅପସନାଲ ଚୁଜ୍ କରିବ ଅପସନାଲରେ କେମିତି ଲେଖିବ କେମିତି ହାଉ ୟୁ ସୁଡ୍ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ ୟୋର ଆନ୍ସର ଟୁ ଦ ଏକ୍ସାମିନର ଯେମିତିକି ତୁମକୁ ମାର୍କ ମିଳିବ optional kahinki important. And we will come up with more sessions like for psychology, for home science, and we will come up with general studies mains approach also. So gradually stay tuned to Synapse Academy YouTube channel. All the sessions with Aswini will be uploaded here. So thank you very much for attending the session, and thank you Aswini very much for your words and encouragement for students. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me. I'm really grateful, and it was really a total pleasure talking to you. Like on and having all the audience, they are going to listen to my words. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.